Talk to us about integrity in our government.
Well, there is none, or very little. Certainly there are beings within thy government who had, in the beginning, integrity, and some that even have some yet. But what happens when entities, humans, get power is that they begin to forget how they got that power. They begin to forget what their personal responsibility is. Why should they be any different than the rest of humanity at wanting to rid themselves of personal responsibility? But what we will say is there are many that initially are truly called to do good. How many stay that way will have a great deal more to do with what they get for doing the right thing, as opposed to what they seem to get for doing the wrong things. So it is up to humanity to force their leaders to take personal responsibility. If a major problem happens during their regime and they do nothing or very little about it and throw it back on others, then they have taken no personal responsibility and should not be in a leadership role. But those that do, that are able to say, I need help. And that help will have to come not just from me, but from my advisors, from my generals, from all of you, from the scientists and the doctors and the mathematicians and the space people. Those that are wise enough to understand they cannot do it all, that it is about linkage and connection, those will be the real leaders. And most of thy planet has not seen this in a while. Dost thou understand?
Any follow-up to that?
Yes, Mayama.
Mayama?
Joseph?
Do all energies, like does truth and integrity and peace and so forth, are they a specific being that one can call upon and send to overlight, like Congress or other places?
No, we like telling people to do that. But why we like telling people to do that is because it's putting it into the atmosphere. That love, that light, that joy, that peace is filling thee up. And that energy is extending outward into the atmosphere. And our hope is that the more beings it touches, the more it kind of causes what if I think more this way? What if I reach out to this person from a place of love, not fear or hate? We're hoping it opens the what if channel in humanity. So send it, for heaven's sake, send it, send clarity. But more than anything, embody it all. Embody divine love. Embody joy and gladness and goodness. It's the embodiment of it that tends to become contagious. When people start loving thee, because they are doing good deeds, it makes them want to do good deeds, and more people will love them, and it grows. And then they will have politicians that want to be loved more than they want power.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other follow-up? Lori?
Mayama, I had a follow-up on that. So when we can get into a space of divine love and we're sending that love out, does that somehow cancel out, like I want to know how powerful I actually am. Can I cancel out 100 people that are in hate or fear? Or is there a number like that?
There are no numbers, but let us describe it exactly the way that we have described it before. And the reason our book, the first book, is called Be the Light, because all it takes to dispel darkness is one candle, one match lit in the darkness dispels the darkness. It doesn't get rid of it, but it does make it smaller. And then when there are 2 candles, smaller yet, and 3 candles and 4 until there is no darkness. So it is not thee alone. It is thy power magnified through others that pick up thy love and thy divine power and carry the torch with thee. That will do it. That will create the 100th monkey. That will dispel the thousands of those that want pain.